I mean,
hey!
Woo! Wow, we
just pray this stays up.
See, I mean, because it wasn't looking like it. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Shalom, family.
Shalom.
Shalom. Good to see everybody. It's so good to be out. Okay, I mean, out of this, whatever it was, out of jail.
Yeah.
You know. I guess. Thank you for everyone who put money on our books. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
And joined us Facebook Live. Thank y'all. Y'all the real y'all legit. Okay. Listen, we want to just welcome everybody to
Story time. Story time. Story time.
Yes. You know I had to give y'all the movement. I would have cut a step if I knew how to cut a step. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Welcome back again. If you don't know, I'm Bonnie G, in a place to be. Hey. And like I always say, wherever the Ruach is, I just want to be present. Okay? Call my name so I can let you know I am here.
I'm one of the 53.
Thank you. That part. I'm one of the 53. Now, our assembly family, y'all already know her as Dr. Norwood, but we want our family on social media, YouTube family. We want you guys to know her as. Now, y'all got to get this, okay? I'm going to do it twice for you. Auntie Shelly on the beat. Auntie Shelly on the beat. That's right. Yes. Oh. Woo. It was the clap in sync for me. Y'all did the heck out of that. I love it. It wasn't like this. Y'all did it. Oh, season that clap, okay? Just
put them herbs on it.
I had to rest in that. I enjoyed the bump. Y'all are doing it, okay? Thank you so much. We're going, before y'all already know, we hit you in Genesis. I'm not even sure if I put that in the title. I was so excited to be back on. I might have done it, but I might have not. But it's okay. Before we go back into Genesis, y'all know we're going to hit you with scripture. All right? And so we're going to go ahead. It is Maccabees.
Okay.
So
Maccabee Day.
Yes, we're going to do a Maccabee Day, and it's going to be 2nd Maccabees. And so I am actually looking at this scripture from the Sefer app that I purchased for $21.99. Thank you. It wasn't $22. So I'm going to use that, which you see me on my phone. Other than that, you will not see me on my phone unless I need help with these words.
So you don't know what you're doing.
No, it's Maccabees 2. All these things. I lied on accident. It's Maccabee 1.
As in 2nd Maccabees, 1st chapter, or 1st Maccabees?
1st Maccabees. 1st Maccabees. All right. 1 and 24. Sorry. Okay. 2nd Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 24.
Okay.
All right. My bad, yeah. All right. And the prayer was after this manner. O Yahuwah Elohim, creator of all things, who is fearful and strong and righteous and merciful, and the only and gracious King, the only giver of all things, the only just, almighty, and everlasting, you that deliver Yasharel from all trouble, and did choose the fathers and sanctified them. Receive the sacrifice for your whole people, Yasharel, and guard your own portion and sanctify it. Gather those together that are scattered from us. Deliver them that serve among the heathen. Look upon them that are despised and abhorred, and let the heathen know that you are our Elohim. Punish them that oppress us, have your way, Yah, and with pride do us wrong. Plant your people again in your holy place, as Moshe has spoken. Now, I thought that clap was seasoned, but this scripture.
Hey, the more I listen to it, the more it's like, hey, you eat something good. You know how we get to dancing? I was like, yeah, this scripture on point.
Absolutely.
He's the only king. He's saying, guard your portion. Your people. Deliver your people.
And I love how he says, and sanctify it.
Yes.
It reminds me of like the Jubilees 2:18 when it says, and I will teach them, and I will show them, and I
do it myself.
Father, do it. Do it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Stay with that Torah.
Get it, shoulders. Come on.
Sorry. Okay.
Move. Okay.
Sorry,
move.
y'all. That was just making me go, hey.
Listen, I am not mad at it. Listen, okay, so you guys know that we are in Genesis chapter 20. Shalom, family. Chapter 20. But our readings might sound a little different from those that came with us from Facebook to YouTube. It may sound a little different, but don't worry. It's because we're using the St0ryTim3 book. I have a little millennial edition, but but hey.
I put a little gold in.
No, it's gone, but it's okay. Okay, it's all right. It's been used. So we're using that, and we have basically we're restoring their names. So, but if you want a St0ryTim3 Bible, granted, you guys, listen, all of the Bibles that we have today, they're never going to be in its purest form. Okay. Yes. So some may say, hey, well, this is Yiddish. Some may say, hey, this is, Judaism, whatever the case. Listen, we're never going to find our pure stuff. Okay. It's always going to be tainted, but what we aren't going to do is we're not going to keep using what we know, the name that doesn't work. Right. We're going to use his restored name. So a lot of that stuff is going to sound different, but if you want a Bible, please go to St0ryTim3.net. Know that we don't get any money for it. Use your Storytime discount. Remember, the O in the word story is actually a 0. And then the E in the word time is actually a 3 as a reminder to going back to the covenant because the assignment is understood.
Understood.
All right. This white is not reflecting on it, but it's okay. Nevertheless, Auntie Shelly, please give us some kind of up because, listen, 6th day and 2nd day.
I know, right? All kind of things. Just the one thing when she was talking about the books, we can only get as close as we can, as Yahuwah gives us things. We're not going to know it all until we get there.
Absolutely.
So don't debate people. All I know is you put the Yah back in his name.
There you go. That's it.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, so we know that on last 6th day of the week, when we had King James, we know that Lot's daughters got to some shenanigans with the chilling
and the wine.
And the wine and the children, them daughters. They thinking they're the only people left in the world.
Yes.
So we need to create a seed, and Dad's the only one here, so let's get them drunk and let's have some babies.
Yeah.
And we know that that's the Moabite nation that Ruth comes from, and the Ammonites, not the Amorites. The Ammonites come from that line also. So they had the babies.
Yes, they did.
Well, yeah, they had the babies. And then Abraham, okay, now look, he's already done this once when he went to Pharaoh because of the famine. Talking about, say you my sister.
Yes.
He already got in trouble that time. So I don't know what made him try it again. I guess he figured it's a whole different king, whatever. So he tried it again, and Yahuwah acted quickly like, don't you touch her.
Yes.
Wow. Abimelech was hot. Why you didn't tell me this was your sister? I mean, your wife. Talking about she your sister. I would have did this and this. But Abimelech still gives Sarah back because he has to, basically, or Yahuwah is going to tear some stuff up and him too. But he said, you can live here. He gave him stuff. He gave him I need to be your friend.
Yes, and he opened the womb.
Yeah, and then he opened the womb because he had closed all the wombs of the people wherever Abimelech was. Ain't nobody having no babies up in here.
You can try, but ain't nothing happening.
Ain't nothing happening.
That's the problem. Some people don't mind trying.
So because remember, the line to the Mashiach cannot be in question. It has to remain pure. It has to be no questions in the bloodline. Like, you could be Abimelech, could be your granddaddy for all I know.
Very true.
but don't work like that. So now, I think she's about to have a baby in
Yes,
in
in
21.
21, but we're gonna go to the top of 21 just so we
Flow.
yeah,
Mhm.
because I don't want to start in the odd place. All right, y'all ready? Okay, listen, we just spent 14 minutes talking. -5 because it took us 5 to get on here. All right, but who's counting? 21. And Yahuwah visited Sarah as he had said, and Yahuwah did unto Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which Elohim had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bore to him, Yitzhak. And Abraham circumcised his son Yitzhak, being 8 days old, as Elohim had commanded him. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Yitzhak was born unto him. And Sarah said, Elohim has made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me. And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. And the child grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast the same day that Yitzhak was weaned.
Yeah. Can you imagine the joy that Sarah has? Now, this is a different kind of laughter. The first laughter, remember, she had
She
was
was like,
please.
okay.
Yeah, whatever. I'm 99 out. I'm bearing eggs. But this is a joy laugh.
Yes.
Yes.
Who would have thought? Like,
She was
who
like,
would have thought?
Who would have thought?
I would have gave my husband a son, and he 100 years old.
And I'm not. I think she's 90.
90.
I think she's 10 years younger than him.
And the crazy thing is, we talked about this multiple times. Sometimes Yah will close up a womb for just to show his work.
Yeah.
You know, and at that point, you know that it's not Abraham doing.
Right.
You know that that's you have to give the glory and the credit to whom it is due, which would be Yahuwah. So he does that even in our lives in different things. It may not be in a pregnancy matter, but it may be
it's everything else. He's intentional.
In everything.
Intentional. And we're too much in a hurry. But he has timing. He knows the timing of everything.
Yes, everything. Oh, absolutely. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Mizraim, which she had bore unto Abraham, mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Yitzhak. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. Now, in the beginning, it's really weird to see this kind of play, because if you know, and she said, well, maybe if you go and do a little thing to Hagar, that's the way that the son is going to happen.
Yeah.
And when they do that, the child is not Hagar's, but it's Sarah's, right? Because she had it for her.
That's how it was supposed to be, but don't look like Hagar played along with the scenario.
Right. So I'm saying, like, the thing is not like our child. She's just looking at it like, that's her son now. I have my own.
Yes.
They got to go.
Yep. She's a bondwoman. She's my servant.
Yeah.
She acted like she was like some kind of mistress that Abraham got caught cheating with.
Absolutely.
When in actuality, you did it.
All of this is because of you.
Yeah. You initiated this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you forget that kids gonna be kids.
Yeah.
He's the older brother. Like, who ain't gonna teach them? Yeah, that's kids. That's what they gonna do.
That's what they do.
But she wasn't having. She was having zero of it. Okay. 12. And Elohim said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in your sight because of the lad or the boy, and because of your bondwoman, in all that Sarah has said unto you, hearken unto her voice. For in Yitzhak shall the seed be called. And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is your seed. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder and the child, and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Bet-Sheva.
This has got to be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
To Abraham and to Isaac because to Ishmael because he's old enough to know what's going on. Dad, for real, you finna put me out?
Yeah.
I'm your son. You putting me out the house?
Yeah.
That's traumatic.
And a thing that I find kind of funny though is how and Elohim said unto Abraham, "Let it not be grievous in the sight because of the boy," right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm not calling who am I to call you out? But you get me.
Mm-hmm.
But where was that voice when Sarah said, "Go on to Hagar"? Where was that? And Elohim said, "Hey, keep it in your pants."
He might have said it. He probably just didn't listen because remember we got angels. I'm sure that angel was up in Abraham's ear going, "Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it."
But it's funny
But
because
that other one's like, "Do it, do it, do it. You heard your wife, keep the peace." Like all them men were saying,
right.
They gonna listen to the wrong angel. That's funny.
Right? He's like, all right, I hear you, Father. I'm gonna do it. All right. 15. And the water was spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs. And she went and sat down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot. For she said, "Let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him and lifted up her voice and wept. Remember, I was saying that he came to her voice too?
Yeah, because she was crying too.
Because she was crying? Yes. Yeah. This was what I was talking about. And she sat over against him and lifted up her voice and wept. And Elohim called to Hagar out of the heavens and said unto her.
Wait, how come mine say something else?
What does yours say? Because I have a millennial edition.
And Elohim heard the voice of the lad. You don't have that?
I don't have that.
In 17?
17 says, oh, yeah, hold on. Wait. I'm still not done, though. I'm not even on 17.
Oh, maybe yours is a little different. Okay, go ahead.
Let me start from 16. And she went and sat down over against him a good ways off, as it were a bow shot. For she said, "Let me not see the death of a child." And she sat over against him and lifted up her voice and wept. Mm-hmm. And Elohim heard the voice of the lad. Okay. And the angel of Elohim called to Hagar out of the heavens and said unto her, "What else you, Hagar? Fear not. For Elohim has heard the voice of the lad where he is."
That's
so
the
you're
part
right.
I was talking about. He heard because he's related to Abraham.
You're right.
Yeah.
And it's almost like two things are happening. So she's being responsive. First off, he hears the boy cry, but the heavens also hear her as well, right? And so you got the angels responding to her and also letting them know, like, listen, we're responding because one, we hear our seed, we hear Abraham's seed crying out.
Hears Abraham. Because remember, the angels can't do nothing unless Yahweh sends them.
And you're connected
too. You're connected to. Yeah.
Absolutely. Please remember to like and share this video, you all. Let's get this.
And remember, there's a covenant promise with Abraham.
Yes.
You're gonna, and he also remember when he made that promise to Hagar when she ran away.
Yes.
I'm gonna make him a great nation.
Yes. So there's promises on both ends.
Yes.
So that's kind of crazy because when we are in situation, we do forget what y'all told us. Yeah. Until we're like in that mess, we forget all of that.
We forget
remember,
all that. Yeah.
10 years ago, he did say this was going to happen. And then it's kind of like, oh, okay, I got it. But we are a forgetful people.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah. And I think at this time, because remember later on we found out in the other books that Ishmael came back to live with Abraham, but that's when he was older, had wives and kids. But still at that moment, that line needed to be established. And you probably got Sarah and Hagar still fighting, which is going to cause Ishmael and Isaac to fight.
Yeah, so that's probably why
there's too much. They need to be separated, just like Lot and Abraham at that time needed to be separated. It needs to be some separation.
And that foundation needed to be installed to Abraham and to Isaac.
Right.
Yeah, so he needed to build the foundation within Isaac.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Then you can bring in the others. That's why he starts with us. He starts with his people. Yeah. I need y'all to know this first. That's why Mashiach came and he was with us.
Yes.
His people. You all need to get this first, because then you're going to go out to the nations and teach. I'm teaching you. You're teaching the other nations.
Absolutely.
You're making that
Oh,
call.
wow. And then it's also awesome thing. It's also like brings back to mind like our cry. How many times are we crying out?
Mhm.
You know, and we don't really. You may not hear his. You may not see the heavens open up
Yeah.
per se, but he's definitely answering your
Oh, yeah.
and responding to your cry.
Oh,
May
yeah.
not be in a way that you desire to see, but
Mhm.
he's still moving on behalf of your
Yes.
cry.
Yes. Most of the time, it's not the way you got it all, because you want it in a pretty little picture with a
Yes.
box and a bow, and
It's not that.
sometimes it's sitting in a wooden crate that will give you splinters.
Oh yeah, listen, I've had stories that I will not tell, but that right there is. I mean, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
What's this ugly box?
No, I know. I said I wanted to get out of it, but not like this.
I want it smooth.
Exactly. I want it pretty. Do you not know me? What's going on? He's like, do you want to get out or not? I was like, out. But yes. So, you know, just that's something to keep in mind too as we are going through different things in our life. Because guess what? Everyone's going to go through stuff.
Mhm.
But please understand that Yahuwah hears your cry. You're not being ignored. And just see the traces of him. He gives you traces of himself. You just got to know where to look.
Yes.
Where you put your focus at.
Hence the Cry of Judah.
The cryofjudah.org. Yeah.
Yeah, the Cry of Judah.
The Cry
has
of Judah,
two,
absolutely.
yeah, that's why we named the website that. The Cry of Judah has two sides. There's the, oh, how long do we have to go through this? We're tired of them doing all this stuff to us, killing us and
murdering,
raping us and
exploiting.
Yes,
all
we're
of that.
tired of all that. Please hear our cry. He hears that cry, but then he hears that cry of we are guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Hears that repentant cry.
Yes.
Also, it has two sides. Restore us.
Yes, please.
Restore us.
Restore your people.
We're calling out to you because you're the only one.
Absolutely.
You know, that's the whole. You got to do the whole cry. You tired of it, and you're the only one who can get me out. No man can redeem me. You got to come to that conclusion.
You sure do.
Or forget about it.
Going back, you got to understand the assignment.
Got to.
Covenant. Covenant. Pick up that covenant. Guard it. All right. Verse said unto her, what ails you, Hagar? Fear not, for Elohim has heard the voice of the boy where he is. Arise, lift up the boy, and hold him in your hand, for I will make him a great nation. And Elohim opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water, and she went and filled the bottle with water, and gave the little boy drink. That is so powerful because once again, he's reaffirming exactly what he already told her when sent her out.
Yeah. And if she wasn't so sad and crying and thinking about that, singing the blues, there's a well of water right in front of you, Hagar. So
well,
he opened her eyes.
Fair.
No, it says he opened her eyes and she saw it.
Oh, wow.
No, I think it was there. She just couldn't see it because she's so busy. It's like we can't see the way out because we're so busy crying the blues, and it's right there in front of us.
It's right there.
It's been there the whole time.
Wow. I'm going to get into this comment. Lolo says, just how when John the Baptist was locked up, Yah was still moving. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. He's still moving. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love how he said, pick up the boy. Because that's a moment that you won't forget as a mother.
Yeah.
And he's telling you, I'm going to make him something special as well.
Yeah. You about ready for him to die in some water right there.
Yeah.
Just look around.
And
it happens when we forget the promise.
Yes.
And we're just looking at the situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And life was right there. Because that's what source is. Life is in water, represents that. And so he's saying your life is not ending. Your life is right here. Like I'm right here. The source that will keep you going, I'm right here.
Just open
your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Because when you're crying, you all like,
you can't see nothing. And then even when you take your hands out, your eyes are blurry because you still have tears. You're seeing through tears. So you can't really see a clear picture until he opens your eye. And right there, it's 9 times out of 10, it's been there the entire time.
Yeah. It's a well of water right there.
Right there. All right, 19. And Elohim opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. And she went and filled the bottle with water, and gave the lad drink. And Elohim was with the lad, and he grew, and dwelt in the wilderness, and became an archer. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran. And his mother took him a woman out of the land of Mitzrayim. So an
Yeah.
Egyptian.
Yeah, that's that verse one with the tent. He told him to move the nail.
Oh yes,
You have to go back to the other account.
and that's in Joshua.
Because that was a no. She just went to her own man.
She didn't greet him. She didn't greet her father-in-law. Nothing.
Yeah, right. And Hagar, you didn't even consult the Most High. Where I'm gonna get a wife from? You just go to your land.
But Hagar is
she's Egyptian.
Yeah.
I get it, but he is considered what his father is.
Yeah, but she raising him, so
Yes.
she's like, I'm going to.
I'm a single mama. I'm the mama and the daddy, I'm going to go get his wife.
Get his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not thinking. She's not forward thinking.
Yeah.
Of how her choices can affect the nation.
Yeah, she's not praying.
And that's the thing. I mean, I get it, but a lot of people don't think ahead
Mm-hmm.
to this point, because you'd be like, well, yes, I do. They don't think about the nation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about thinking ahead of like, 3 weeks from now, I want to do. I'm thinking like, what can we do to change our nation?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
that.
What are the repercussions going to be for my people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even in in a day-to-day things
Mm-hmm.
that you do, how can what you do affect the nation?
Mm-hmm.
And you may not think you can do much, but you can.
You can.
You can.
Mm-hmm.
Just by being aware of how you present yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Just by how you respond to different individuals. You know, you like, you know what? I would slap you, but I'm not going to make you think that all Black women are angry. So I'm going to smile this off and say, okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
And even seeking out your own to buy something from.
Yeah.
That instead of chasing after these, you know, the other people's stuff.
Absolutely.
The 1% stuff. We're going to call them the 1%. I'm going to be nice so we don't go into jail today.
Please don't. We just got out.
The 1%, y'all know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Go seek out some of the 99.
Absolutely. And don't think of it as like, well, they not in truth. Listen, we weren't in truth all the time either. Continue to purchase your own. From your own. And just in hopes that they will come into truth.
Yeah. Because if they never see you, just you going in their store or whatever, talking to them, you're the light. Maybe they never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Some of them have, some of them haven't.
You gotta think about it. Everybody came into truth, all different kinds of ages.
Yeah.
You may be the one to plant a seed.
You may be the one to walk in there and say something.
Yep. And that's the way you can affect your nation. Mm-hmm. You can kind of put ripples.
Yep.
Ripples in the scene.
Just
you ain't gotta make a big splash.
Thinking. Yeah. And that's the point. Everybody want to be famous.
Yeah, everybody want to make a big splash. You don't have to do it. Mm-hmm. You don't have to. Let's see what the new King James has to say. He said, just to think. Okay, let's see what he's thinking.
Uh-oh.
It all started with.
I'm scared. You stopped. I'm scared.
You would be the one to go point it back to Sarah, but let's go. Let's go with it, James. New King. He said, just to think. It all started with Sarah giving her man permission to do the do. He gotta know what. Now, I believe we established that.
Yes, we have.
I do believe we established that, New King James, but thank you for so eloquently putting it out again.
And leaving Abraham just out of it.
Right, because he just only did what his wife
told
asked
him to do.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
The New King James.
You're getting the side eye on that one.
All right, where we at?
22.
And 22. And it came to pass at that time, Abimelech and Pekol, the chief captain of his host, spoke unto Abraham, saying, Elohim is with you in all that you do. Now therefore swear 7 oaths unto me hereby Elohim, that you will not deal falsely with me, nor with my son, nor with my son's son, but according to the kindness that I have done unto you, you shall do unto me, and to the land wherein you have sojourned. And Abraham said, I will swear 7 oaths. First off, this is basic commandments right here.
What do you mean, like?
Like he said,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do
Okay.
unto me as I,
Yeah.
that's like,
Yeah.
you get
Because
what I'm
remember,
saying?
this is Abimelech, so he's saying at the same time this is going on, this is like he
it's
sent
giving you
them
a
away.
twofold.
Yeah.
So if you can split a screen,
Yeah.
as to say, you seeing what
So this
was
is
going on with Hagar and her son.
And at the same time, this is what's going on with Abraham.
Oh, wow. So keep in mind, just imagine the split screen, okay?
Yeah.
So we're seeing both sides.
They're letting us know both sides.
Oh, this is kind of cool. Thank you for pointing that out. And Abraham reproved Abimelech because of a well of water which Abimelech's servants had violently taken away. And Abimelech said, okay, let me stop. And Abimelech said, I know not who has done this thing, neither did you tell me, neither yet have I heard I of it, but today. And Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them unto Abimelech, and both of them cut a covenant. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what means these 7 ewes lambs which you have set by themselves? And he said, for these 7 ewe lambs shall you take of my hand, that they may be a witness unto me, that I have dug this well. Wherefore he called that place Be'er Sheva, because there they swore 7 oaths, both of them. Thus they cut a covenant at Be'er Sheva. Then Abimelech rose up, and Pekol, the chief captain of his host, and they returned into the land of the Philistines.
Ooh.
The reason why I got so excited, but I wasn't sure, because I understand that Joseph isn't here yet.
Right.
But these are the wells. One of them is the well that he falls into that ditch. This is one of the wells. Let me see. Could be wrong, but I remember reading it that in Jubilees, these were this was the wells that and Joseph.
Was it Jubilee or Joshua? You sure it was Jubilee?
I think it was in Jubilees. But it was one of these wells that he said that my forefather Abraham had
I think I know what you're talking about. Built
and left this empty.
Yeah.
And it was for Joseph to be thrown in that pit, and there was never water in that well. This is it.
Joshua. I think that's Joshua. I think so.
Okay, I know, but that's what I was like.
I think I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
Everything is so intentional. He is so intentional. But I could be wrong. Could be right.
So yeah, 50-50 chance. We see that Abimelech don't want no smoke with Abraham. No. Look, we done already been through this. I know how Yahuwah takes up for you. We had already been through the thing with your wife and this shutting up. And now some of my men is cutting up. I want you to know I didn't give that order for them to come take a well that you dug.
Yes.
So we finna keep the peace right here.
And that's
and I'll deal with them when I get home. But there's no way they should have did that. And I'm letting you know I did not. With that. Yeah. I didn't give that order.
And listen, the same, and just like it says, he says, and I know. So his neighbors, our neighbors, know that Elohim is with us. Mm-hmm. They know it. That's why they can't afford to let us go back to Africa. Yeah. Because they know who is with us. And they know the blessing come with us. It's us that don't know until we are awakened. Mm-hmm. All right. Verse 33 from chapter 21. And Abraham planted a grove in Be'er Sheva, and called there on the name of Yahuwah El Alam. Remember you had did those names? El Alam.
Oh.
Let's see what that that name is, because his name matters.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
And so we want to let you guys know what that means.
the mighty God.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, wait. How's it spelled?
Olam. It is E
The
L.
most. Oh, ELYON.
Nope. No, ma'am. It is ELOLAM. Olam.
Oh, you're
Olam.
the everlasting.
Everlasting.
It says everlasting God, but don't say God.
Yeah. Or everlasting Yah.
Yeah.
All right. So, and Abraham planted a grove in Be'er Sheva and called there on the name of Yahuwah, the everlasting Yah. And Abraham sojourned in the Philistines' land many days. Chapter 22. And it came to pass after these things that Elohim did try Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here am I. And he said, Take now your son, your Yaqid, beloved son, your favorite son, okay, Yitzhak, whom you love, and get you into the land of Moriah, and offer him there as an ascending smoke offering upon one of the mountains, which I will tell you of. Pause. In our background stories, Jasher might have been, I think it was Jasher, when we learned why this account had happened. See, Mastema was going back up forth with the Most High, telling him, going into heaven, telling him, well, Abraham, because it was rumors of Abraham going around in heaven, good things. So he said, well, Abraham is only really doing that because you gave him a son. I bet you if you took his son, you made him sacrifice his son, he wouldn't serve you no more. He was doing all of this stuff. And he said, I can show you. I can show you, Most High, and I'm just paraphrasing.
Yeah.
He said, I can show you better than I can tell you because I know Abraham. So I can show you. So this is why this is coming into play right now. Why he is telling Abraham to sacrifice Isaac or Yitzhak. It's because Mastema is going up for trying to come against the good rumors that's going around in heaven about Abraham. Again, point in case, not a point or case, but in our life, when things start to seem like all hell has broken loose, you can kind of, things that help me, it's like, oh, there must be a rumor in heaven about Levon. There must be a rumor in heaven about me because, sir, what is going on? And I can kind of deal with it a little bit more if I think of that, because I know Yahuwah is trying to prove his point to shut up the mouth of his enemy, which is my enemy.
Yeah. And also from the backstories, remember that Ishmael came back and him and Isaac was into like this little thing, and he was telling Isaac, well, I didn't get circumcised till I was 13.
Yes.
You was, little baby. You didn't even feel yours. I felt mine.
Yes.
And then Isaac gonna bust out because he trying to one up his big brother. He gonna bust out with, I would give him my life if I could.
That's so crazy. Rangi just said
that?
Exactly what you said. Yes.
And then, okay, now you got to prove it. That's why you got to be careful the things you ask for, the things you say. And I don't say that to just make light of, don't ask him for anything, or don't.
Just be aware.
Because just know that if you ask, the question is not always answered in the way that you think it should be.
Absolutely. So let's split screen that, okay? Split screen. You have rumors in heaven. Yah's like, okay, whatever, I hear you. Then you have the brothers bragging. And so now we're going to see.
Yeah, and Isaac basically saying, I'll give up my life. So he has to do it.
Yep. So you said it. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, this works perfect because Mastema is trying to say your daddy ain't worth nothing because he got you.
Yeah.
And he ain't going to serve me no more. So let's see. All right. I'll read it again now that we have the backstory. And it came to pass after these things that Elohim did try Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here am I. And he said, Take now your son, your Yaqid, beloved son,
Mhm.
favorite son, Yitzhak, whom you love, and get you into the land of Moriah, after and offer him there as an ascending smoke offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell you of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took two of his young men with him, and Yitzhak his son, and clave the wood for the ascending smoke offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which Elohim had told him.
Okay, we're going to make a little short pause.
Go ahead.
So, from the backstory, we know that these two men are Eleazar and Ishmael. And on the way there, they're talking about, don't Isaac know he going up here to get, Dad's finna kill him. Who gonna get the inheritance? Ishmael is saying, it's gonna be me, I'm his son. Eleazar said, oh no, it's not. He already sent you. Where you got what you gonna get, it's gonna be me. They are actually saying who is going to inherit what Isaac is not going to get, because he finna go up here and get killed. Is he not understanding what's going on? They know what's going on. It's just like Mashiach is on his way, so to speak, to die for us. And I think I can't remember who it is. Is it James and John? Whose mom asked, can my son sit on the right? But they were asking question, who's going to be the greatest in the kingdom? And da-da-da-da-da. The man he telling you he going to die. You worry about who's going to be the greatest in the kingdom. Same thing.
Focus is off.
Yeah, and so you have to think of, Yahuwah tells Abraham, go sacrifice Isaac as a smoke offering. And again, this is a bloody mess. This ain't just go hit your kid on top of the head with a rock. You gotta tie him up. You gotta slit his throat. You gotta bleed him out. You gotta cut him open. You gotta take his insides out, and you gotta do it. Just go read what they had to do to this offering. That's what he has to do to Isaac. It ain't just what you think. Stick him on some logs and burn them. Although that's hard enough. Yeah. When you got to do all that.
Yes, tough.
This ain't.
Split screen, though, too. Also split screen, because remember, Hasatan is trying to trap the ram in the bush.
Yes, he is.
So while they're having this conversation about who's going to get the inheritance, Hasatan is trying to make sure that the ram don't.
Yeah, because there's a ram on the way.
Yes, there was a ram.
There was a ram on the way. See how this is all set up? See? And the ram trying to do what the ram supposed to do, because the ram know.
Absolutely.
What he going to do.
Yes.
And he catches him in that thicket.
And the Hasatan catches the ram in the thicket.
So he don't make it to the appointed place.
But nevertheless, when your Yah is intentional, can nothing stop him from moving on your behalf.
Yep. And notice that, we ain't read 4
Okay, let me go into 4 then. Then on the third day.
What day?
The third day.
The what day?
The third day.
The what day?
The third day.
Keep that in mind.
In the mind.
Okay.
All right. Then on the third day, I hope that last one bless somebody. Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar. Because remember, he said, I will show you. I will tell you thereof. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide ye here with the ass. And I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. Look at his mindset. He knows that he has to sacrifice his son. But he says, we're going to come back.
Yeah, because there's a promise attached. I don't know what Yahuwah going to do, but we coming back.
We're coming back.
We coming back.
Now, for someone that just heard Yahuwah said, sacrifice your son, you would think he'd be, but his faith is in the one he calls Yahuwah.
Because he did not take a sheep or nothing.
Nope.
He took, get the wood.
Yep.
Come on, carry your own wood.
Right, come on. That is so good. He said, come again to you.
And remember also in the backstory when Isaac and Yitzhak, give them their names back, and Abraham sees this mountain in the distance, those are the only two that see it. He asked
yes,
Eleazar
they
and
didn't see it.
Ishmael. They was like, what? So he knew y'all ain't supposed to go. This is as far as y'all supposed to go.
Yep.
This is it. Y'all stop here. We'll go. We're coming back.
Absolutely.
We going. We coming back.
So you see, it's not to discredit Genesis at all. We're just plugging in the holes that Genesis had.
Yeah.
So we all get a full picture of what this is our history book of our history. That's it. Not our religious Bible, not our religious.
It's telling us what
our
happens.
History. So we don't repeat it. All right. Auntie Shani sees her name from the top. She says, if a man has thought a thing, he has already done it. His faith, man, this man's faith. I can hear you say it.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, and I know you're laughing. I got you. Yeah.
That is so her.
All right. Let me see. Verse 6. And Abraham took the wood of the ascended smoke offering and laid it upon Yitzhak, his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife. Just 1 minute. I see some.
I don't know. You get on my nerves. You get on my nerves. Oh, if y'all could see her, I wish I could. She dancing.
Because I knew they wanted that part. And my girl Lolo is here. So I know
Lolo, she be
count down. So I had to end it. Cliff.
I don't even know we were on that long.
Cliff. Hey.
She went to the mountain.
Cliff. Oh,
I'm thinking somebody was at the door or something. I got in here and knock. So she stopped. And I was like, yo, there she go.
Yeah, Lolo, I had to do it. Lolo, that's for you because you be keeping time. Honey, you be keeping time. You be ahead of the cliff, and then I have to make the cliff because you ahead of it.
See what you did, Lolo?
So now I got to get in front of you and cliff sooner rather than later.
Oh, you clip so fast. I'm trying to figure out where. Okay, here we are.
I guess we're going to have to wait tomorrow to find out
how
all these things happen
together.
How all of this, knowing the backstory. So I guess it's a lot to keep in mind because you guys got to know all them split screens that's going on.
Yeah. And then remember when they was on their way there, how the water came? Because Hasatan turned itself into water.
Yes.
And Abraham was like,
we gotta save it. We gotta save that. We gotta save that. That's tomorrow's talk. That's tomorrow's talk. That's tomorrow's talk. Yeah. What New James? New King James. Yeah, New King James. You know, we don't talk about that stuff, sir. Don't do that, okay?
What did he do?
He mentioned something that was very triggering.
Oh, my glasses. Oh.
For those that enjoy mints. Okay, but it's got to be the right mints, okay? It's got to be the right. I didn't say white. I said, well, they are white, but they got to be the right ones. All right. Well, no mints this week.
Well, I thought he wasn't coming. Oh, maybe.
Well,
that's
well, as y'all know,
story.
Yeah, he won't be here this this Sabbath, this Friday evening. I don't know.
He's deserted.
Yeah, he New King James is feeling himself, okay? Yeah, I done made him feel so special. He's like, I'm taking a day off. No, I'm kidding, you guys. He actually has some other things that he has to do. Well, don't worry. We'll see him the next 6 day. All right. Auntie Linda, please don't whoop me. Please. Don't whoop me. Lolo said, nah, sis, you can't be doing this.
Gotta put you on the cliff. It ain't like we can just read the whole thing in one
sitting. It ain't like we ain't got nothing to do this second day. We ain't got nothing going on. Ain't no men's meeting, no women's meeting. I could have went on. But then again, my girl Lolo be on top of us. She be on top of it.
We gotta put him on the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
He said that's why it won't be no mints. That's not necessarily true because you can make a drive. and dropped them off. But that's never here or there. 20 people are on this. Oh, this is amazing. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Please make sure to like and subscribe to this video. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate.
Yes.
We'll do our best
Please
to answer
ask.
them, okay? We do our best. We just try to make it feel fun, make y'all realize that these are your ancestors.
Real people.
They're real people.
Real life.
They're not fictional characters.
Mm-mm.
They're real legit people.
Mhm.
Y'all act like them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all act like
Just
them.
like them.
Who knew King James act like some folks, okay? Will there be a playback? Yes, ma'am, there will be. Yes, ma'am. Sure will be, cousin. There will be a playback.
Yes.
I think it takes about an hour, and then you can watch the replay. Oh, thank you, Uncle Aaron. Good to see you guys. And Shalom, good to see everybody. If you guys need more material, if you need studying material, please go on our website, The Cry of Judah, thecryofjudah.org. And there's tons of material for you guys to study on that keeps your focus throughout the week. And then again, we're always here for you guys. All right.
Yep.
Yo, Bay Area family. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to
Story time. Story time. Story time.
See you tomorrow, 6 p.m.
Shalom.
Shalom.